All right, let's jump in. Today, we're going to dig into a really big shift in how we use AI. It's not about making old stuff a little bit faster anymore. Nope, it's about a total system redesign. And this creates a whole new role for you, the agent orchestrator. We're going to break down exactly what that means.
So let me start with a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Take a hard look at your work. Are you using these incredible, powerful AI tools just to patch up old, broken, clunky processes? Are you basically just applying a very, very expensive kind of duct tape? Because here's the trap so many people fall into. As Sanjay Paul Chowdhury nails it here, seeing AI as just another automation tool is a huge mistake. It's a really limited view. And honestly, it's why so many of these big, well-funded AI strategies just fail to deliver.
So let's really get this distinction. On one side, you have patching. You're just making old tasks a little bit faster, getting some small incremental wins. But on the other side, you have redesigning. This is where you use AI's unique capabilities to invent entirely new ways of working. One is a tiny step. The other is a massive transformational leap.
You know, this isn't a new idea. Think about the shipping container for a second. At first, all it did was make the old job of loading ships a bit faster. But its real impact, that came when it completely reorganized global manufacturing. That's the level of change we're talking about with AI. It's not just about doing things faster, it's about building entirely new systems from the ground up.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we stop patching and start redesigning? Well, there's a simple but really powerful framework for it. It's all about thinking like an architect, using something called the Capture, Design, Automate loop.
Step 1 is capture. Before you even think about building something, you have to map out every single spot where information gets into your system. Seriously, think about it. Every client email, every form submission, every chat message, each one of those is a golden opportunity to redesign and automate what happens next.
Next up, design. Once you know where all the information is coming from, you get to be the architect. You draw the blueprint for its perfect journey. Who needs to see this data? What should it look like? When do they need it? You're not just tweaking an old workflow, you're designing a brand new, intelligent one from scratch.
And only now, after all that thinking and planning, do we get to automate. With your new, smart workflow designed, it becomes crystal clear which repetitive, low-value tasks AI can just take over completely. And this isn't about replacing people, not at all. It's about freeing up human brainpower for the stuff we're actually good at: strategy, creativity, and making tough calls.
And this right here, this is the whole point. If you skip capture and design and just jump straight to automating, you're not building a new system. You're right back where you started, just slapping that expensive AI duct tape onto a fundamentally broken process.
You know, thinking this way doesn't just change your systems. It completely changes your role. It lets you make this incredible professional shift, from being the person in the trenches doing all the work, to being the high-leverage orchestrator who directs it all.
And the kind of leverage you get from this shift, it's huge. We're not talking about a 10 or 20% boost. We're talking about a potential tenfold increase in your impact. Yeah, 10x.
So where does this crazy 10x number come from? Well, as Aaron Levy, the CEO of Box, put it, in the old days, your output was literally limited by how fast you could type. But now, your job is to manage a team of AI agents working for you in the background. The ability to just edit, review, and orchestrate what they produce gives you 10 times the leverage of the person who has to start from a blank page.
Let's just put these two roles side by side. The old role, the creator, was bottlenecked by the physical act of creating. The new role, the orchestrator, you're not writing every single line of code, you're reviewing thousands of lines an agent just spat out. Your bottleneck isn't creation anymore. It's your ability to manage, direct, and, well, orchestrate.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but let's make it practical. How do you actually apply this? It all starts with a map. You need to create a visual journey from where you are now to where you want to be.
First, you make the as-is map, and you have to be brutally honest here. Document the process exactly as it is right now, with all the messy handoffs, the manual steps, the hidden chaos. You can't fix a system you don't fully understand.
Then you get to create your to-be map. Now, this isn't just a slightly polished version of the old one. This is your blueprint for a totally transformed system. It's that clean, smart, efficient workflow you designed using that CDA loop. And on that new to-be map, you're going to sort every single task into one of 3 buckets. Some things just have to stay human, tasks that need real strategy, creativity, or empathy.
Others become a collaboration, where AI crunches the numbers to help a human make a better call. And finally, all that repetitive stuff, that gets fully automated, freeing everyone up for more important work.
Now, notice something really important. We haven't talked about specific apps or tools yet, and that's totally intentional. Why? Because great consultants don't just go around collecting shiny new apps. They design systems. The tools you pick have to serve the architecture you designed, not the other way around. The design comes first, always.
But look, the job isn't over once you've built the new system. The final, and maybe most important piece of the puzzle, is to create systems that aren't set in stone. You need to build systems that are alive, that can learn, adapt, and get better over time.
A fantastic framework for this is the OODA loop. It's a constant cycle. You observe the data on how the system is doing. You orient yourself and figure out what that data actually means. You decide on the single best improvement you can make next. Then you act, you make the change, and you start the whole loop right over again.
This leads to a really profound shift in your mindset. The goal is no longer to build a perfect system on day one. That's impossible anyway. The real goal is to build a living system that gets a little bit smarter every single week. It's an ongoing process of evolution, not some one-and-done project.
So I'll leave you right where we started, but hopefully with a totally new perspective. Look at the work you're doing right now. Are you truly architecting new, intelligent living systems? Or are you just getting really good at applying duct tape? The choice and the opportunity is all yours.